I'm taking the strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 264 of the SZN Podcast. I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And before we kick off the episode, guys, you guys are familiar with the drill now. My usual housekeeping message, please can you head over to our Instagram page, the SZN Podcast, and our Twitter page, the SZN Pod. There's a link in the bio on both of those platforms there, and that will take you to where we're situated at streaming-wise. So the usual places, Spotify, Apple Music, etc. Or Apple Podcast, should I say. If you like your podcast audio, and if you want the visuals, we keep the YouTube channel up to date as well. The link is there too. So make sure you do it for us, guys. Much appreciated. Flowz, as always. Hope you're good, my bro.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. How are you?
Yeah, man. You ready to talk boxing this week?
Yeah, finally.
Finally, Flowz. Yeah. Can't lie, bro. Last couple weeks had us struggling. Last couple weeks had us struggling a little bit, bro. There was nothing really to draw from. Obviously, we still made, you know what we do by now, Flowz. We still made something of it, but yeah, man. We've been itching for the big fights to come. New month, September, last quarter of the year. Well, approaching the final quarter of the year. So, yeah, this is when the final sort of blockbuster fights start to come in to fruition. And we get no bigger than this weekend, to be honest, Flowz. I'm calling it the undisputed weekend because this weekend we're being treated to two huge undisputed fights. Both big in their own right, but I think we can agree, Flowz, that one is bigger than the other. Yeah. One has got a lot more standing and a lot more to a lot more to it, shall I say, than the other one. So I think it's right that we start with the big fish. Right, Flowz?
Yeah, let's do it.
Saul Canelo Alvarez, who has been at the top of the boxing game, the face of boxing, for how many years, Flowz? 10 plus years, I'd say. He's been, I think, the face. More than that, maybe even.
Yeah, for sure. It was him and AJ, but...
Yeah, it was him. Right, but
yeah.
Hey, every dog has his day, right?
Yeah. AJ's reign didn't last anywhere near as long. So,
yeah. Man, yeah, it's true. I'm trying. When did Canelo become like the real proper cash cow face? Because obviously, if it was when Mayweather retired, when Mayweather went, it kind of just like defaulted to Canelo, right? I would say so.
Yeah, it took a while to build for it to be cemented as Canelo because I guess when he started getting them huge money fights.
Yeah. To be honest, he's been. I think it's from when Mayweather went. He's been fighting at Vegas for time. So I think when Mayweather finally sort of packed it in, I think it just defaulted to him really. But he's been a Vegas headliner for ages, bro. For ages. I'm trying to think. I think the Cotto fight was huge. The Chavez Jr. fight was huge for Mexico. The Khan knockout had a big, had a big sort of highlight reel. Yeah, man, it was quite a lot.
When was the first Golovkin fight? When was that in the timeline?
That was 2017.
The first one?
The first one, 2017, yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
It took a while for that then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was always building to that fight, wasn't it? Initially. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, it's incredible. How his longevity has been mad. But on the other side, Flowz, we have Terence Bud Crawford. I mean, what can you say about Bud, man? Another one. You talk about taking the time, for it to build. How long it's taken Bud? Ages, bro, ages. And obviously, Bud says he was blackballed, which I kind of agree with, and they tried to shut him out. But he's finally at the stage where he's commanding these huge, big money fights. He's now a star in his own right. Yeah, man. What can we say about Bud, man? He's been, from the moment we saw him, bro, he's been holding it down as one of the best in the world. 2-time undisputed. And now he's going for his third different weight class, bro. So yeah, man, we've got Canelo versus Bud at 168 pounds, Flowz, for all the marbles. Canelo currently holds all 4 belts at 168. He became undisputed again. He's done it twice now. It's twice he's done it, hasn't it? Yeah. So yeah. So man, what to say about this fight, bro? Because they're billing it as one of the best fights in history. Yeah, man. What can we say? Canelo Crawford, Flowz. It's a fight that obviously, when it's been talked about for a minute, I think, as Crawford being a potential opponent for Canelo, right? Obviously, when Crawford had that incredible win against Errol Spence, that kind of catapulted him into another stratosphere, right?
Yeah.
And it's so interesting because for years, Spence was talked about as a potential Canelo opponent for years. And Crawford kind of took that chain and made it his destiny now. But obviously, Flowz, at the time, I'm still not thinking that this is going to be a potential fight because obviously the weight class difference. Crawford is a whole 2 classes below Canelo. And you know how I feel. Many times I'm not a fan of all this 2, 1 weight class I can allow, but 2, that's when it starts to get techie for me. I don't like it personally. However, the compensations were being made due to the way Crawford dispatched Canelo. And obviously, he went up to 154, won a belt in his first fight, I think it was, against Madrimov, who was considered probably like one of the best in the division. And yeah, man, Crawford inserted himself forcefully into those conversations as a potential Canelo opponent. On Canelo's side now, Flowz, we know that obviously he's kind of been on this tip of just. What has Canelo been on recently? Obviously, he became undisputed at 168, and we loved the way he did it. He went through every single champ and took all their belts. Fantastic. He then attempted to go and challenge Bivol, which we didn't like, and he deservedly got pieced up. Came back down, and we said, look, there's other guys in your division who we think deserve a shot, aka David Benavidez. Whilst he was dealing with Bivol, Benavidez was there cementing himself. So we said it made sense that, look, we want to see Canelo versus Benavidez. Unfortunately, Flowz, as we said on this pod, we pull no punches. Fitting for a boxing podcast. Canelo ducked Benavidez. He's been ducking Benavidez. He made it clear. He said 300 million, something dumb. He quoted the fee. 100 mil, I think, to fight him. So I think at this moment in time, Canelo's kind of been bored, bro, looking for opponents that aren't named David Benavidez to challenge him, in my opinion, because he relinquished the belt at 168, then came back and grabbed it back again.
Yeah.
So I think by default, Flowz, Bud's name kind of got inserted into that conversation. Flowz, my question to you, first off, do you still are you still in? Because I know when it was first announced, you weren't really a fan of it, but obviously we're boxing heads, so we're gonna have to pay attention and tune in. Are you still not a fan of this fight overall?
The short answer is yeah. I thought I'd be more excited for this as it got closer. I'm still not. It's the honest truth. I'm still not. Why? I think this fight has come around through casuals. I'll be honest, because like you say, when Crawford beat Spence, he done that huge press tour, and he done it all with all the casual American stations, really, the drink champs, the breakfast clubs. And that's when I started hearing them ask the question seriously. They were being serious. They were being dead serious, talking about Canelo. And even then, Crawford's kind of tried to explain it to them, that there's different weight classes and whatnot. But it kept getting asked. It kept gathering steam. And because of that interest, I think that's what brought life to this fight actually coming about. Like you say, Spence and Canelo were talked about. But that's because Spence is a weight bully. He's bigger than weight. At 147. He's been huge at it. And Canelo's really and truly small at his weight. The reason why I don't like this is because I can't shake the fact that I remember Crawford at 135. Now, listeners, that might sound, that was a long time ago, but that's the weight class right now of Shakur Stevenson. Tank. Those are the 135 pounders. Crawford was back then. Even Crawford being at 147 took a while for people to shake off that, he's too small, he's this. But then he went through stopping everyone.
For time, bro. For time, they said he's too small.
They said he was too small, he's too little, because he went 135, undisputed at 140.
Yeah.
Undisputed at 140. Canelo started his career at 147. That's the smallest he's been, really.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he was a kid. That's when he turned pro at 15 or 16.
15.
Yeah, 15. So, yeah, it just still seems strange to me. And once again, Crawford's never operated at 168. He went up to 154. They started putting question marks on his performance at 154. They were saying, I remember at the time, there was an Magic Rovers exposed him. He got backlash for that performance. He got backlash. They were saying, but I think that was more hate because he won that fight. When I watched it, he won. He didn't knock him out, so they're going to raise question marks. Now he's going up against the man at 168. The only caveat is that for me, and I know for you, Canelo's small for 168, dimensions wise. So, while it's probably a great fight, but I just can't shake that that knowledge or that history. Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, man. I wasn't a fan of the fight when it was talked about. Obviously, for the aforementioned reason about it's a big weight class jump, and partly as well, I can understand if there's no other viable options for both fighters, but obviously, I've been pressing Canelo to fight in and around his weight class. There's even 160 pounders maybe you could even challenge, could challenge him, etc. And then Crawford as well, going to 154, it's been hot for a minute. There's guys at 154 who we want to see him fight. So it's like, you have viable competition in and around your weight classes for you guys to fight. So I didn't see the need for it as well. I understand, obviously, in this business money talks, and this is a huge money mega fight. It's on Netflix, for example. So that's already, that they're getting a healthy wad, both of them, for this Netflix deal. And it's a legacy-defining fight, in all honesty, especially for Bud. Attempting to become the first man to be undisputed in 3 different weight classes. Usyk's done it undisputed 3 times, but he's done it twice in the same weight class.
Yeah.
Inoue he's done it twice. This is Bud's 3rd attempt to become undisputed in the 3rd different way. And to go undisputed 140, 147, and 168, I don't care how you want to cut and dice it, bro. That is insane. That is legendary stuff.
Yeah.
So I understand the legacy it brings and the clout it's going to bring for both these fighters. Canelo is up against one of the best operators in the world. They've routinely said, throughout his career, bro, they've said Canelo struggles against high-level IQ boxers, right? Yeah. Floyd, Lara, Bivol. These are all high-level IQ guys, right? And they've always said that's Canelo's weakness. He can't deal with movers. He can't deal with high-level IQ fighters. And this is an opportunity again for him to prove the haters wrong, I guess, against a guy who is a high-level IQ fighter. Now, Flowz, as the fight has come closer and closer, I've been more okay with it, And in fact, I've even got more and more excited as the fight's got closer and closer. And I think a large part of that is due to the fact that I look at the dimensions of both fighters. And once again, we have another fighter who is actually bigger than Canelo, naturally.
Yeah.
Much longer reach, actually bigger than him in height. Crawford actually has the dimensions over Canelo. So even though he's not a natural 168 pounder, and that weight gain is going to be different for him. Canelo's used to fighting at that weight class. He's used to, that 168 pounder sort of feel. And Crawford is going to be lacking that. From a dimensions point of view, it's not too bad of a mismatch. And I think that's what's made me more and more okay. I think the second thing that's made me more and more okay with his fight flows is Terence Crawford himself and his personality.
Yeah, sicko.
I don't think I've ever seen Flowz, a fighter so competitive, or don't even fight anyone. That Flowz, this man is a sicko.
Yeah,
he's and that's why he's so great. He is genuinely a sick individual. Because if you tell Bud, if I say to Flowz, big as I am, if I say to Bud, I can beat you in a fumble, this guy will sit down with me and fun warm me the entire day just to prove his point they can beat me. He's like that, right, Flowz? Am I tripping?
It doesn't matter where, too. Right
Anyway.
there and then, he'll be on it.
Flowz, how many videos have you seen of this guy just wrestling people in the middle of a gym? It kills me.
Oh, in the middle of a hotel lobby. Yeah, crazy guy.
His mentality is so elite and so sick, and we've spoken about his chip on the shoulder from day one, that him being underdog and people saying he can't do this and he doesn't stand a chance against Canelo because Canelo's too big, too strong, it's too hard. I know he's fueling this guy like crazy. And unfortunately, Flowz, well, not say fortunate, unfortunately, we've seen it so many times. Chip on the shoulder Bud is a different animal. Different monster entirely. So I think he can hang based on the fact that they've told him that he is risking it all and he's not favoured to win and there's no way he can hurt Canelo. Canelo's never been dropped or stopped, this, that. I think Bud's taking that as adding fuel to the fire, using that to fuel him. And that's why he's going to come in on Saturday in the best shape. And we might see the performance of Bud's life. Flowz, I'll be so real. I actually, Flowz, rewatched the Spence Bud fight today.
Yeah.
And once again, it hurt my heart watching. Flipping hurt my heart. Listeners, if you go back to our build-up on the Spence Bud fight, you know what team I was. You know who I predicted to win. You know what team I was. And seeing my guy get done like that, again, hurtful. And I said to myself, remember we said when we broke it down, that this is the most focused we've ever seen Bud in our life in the ring.
Mm.
He stayed in one stance the entire fight, didn't mess around, didn't play around, was laser focused from round 1 to round 8, I think it ended. Might have been 9. I think we're going to get that version of Bud again, bro. And to me, bro, that version of Bud is flipping scary. Scary. Be honest, Flowz. Do you think Bud can win?
I think he can. I think if anyone can, Bud can. I think he's more skilled than Canelo, has the better footwork. The dimensions on his side. Yeah, I think if anyone can, Canelo can. Crawford can, is the truth. Do I think he will? That's a different question.
That's literally what I was answering, Flowz. All right, that's the question. Flowz, do you think Bud's going to win on Saturday?
You see, for as long as this fight was announced, I was leaning to side with Crawford because for me, I always say skills pay the bills, really. But my issue that I can't shake is that he's never operated at this 168 weight. Yeah, he operated once at 154. I've seen him hurt by Gamboa. Granted, he's a much better fighter than that, and Spence couldn't hurt him. Spence caught him and couldn't hurt him. So, but I don't think he's ever been touched by Canelo. I think he'll be winning the fight. But I'm not going to say that Canelo's going to stop him. But, with Canelo, he typically has enough success for him to get rounds or to be given rounds by the judges. And I think it could be a case of that. I think there'll be portions where he does land on Crawford and Crawford feels it more than he's ever felt anyone touch him. And that might be visible to the judges. So I don't know. It's hard to beat Canelo on points. You're not really going to stop him. So yeah, I'm actually going to side with Canelo. I think Canelo's going to get it somehow. But I do see Crawford winning the fight. As in winning, as I'm watching, winning rounds and looking impressive. But I just can't see him getting caught and eating that and they say, yeah, that's light. Canelo will have enough success in there for him to get rounds and to make Crawford think like, wow, this hurts. So yeah. That's my position.
This is fascinating. Because I'm the complete I've done the complete opposite to you.
Yeah.
And it's so rare we disagree in this pod. So I'm happy this is happening right now,
Mm-hmm.
that we're disagreeing. When this fight was announced, even before it was announced, I said I was bullish. I said Canelo's beating this man. What a flipping shame. Horrible way for his to go. And as the fight is got closer and closer, I found myself U-turning the other way and going in favor of Crawford. And I acknowledge your points, Flowz. That was my point. I think the crucial aspect for me in this fight is, can Bud take Canelo's power?
Yeah.
That's the crucial aspect for me. I'm not anticipating Bud to hurt Canelo. If Bud listens to this, he might now make his mission to hurt him.
Yeah.
And who knows, Bud probably can. Because we know what that man is like. They said to him, he can't fight a certain way. He will go and fight that way just to prove a point. Yeah, I'm not anticipating to hurt Canelo, because if bloody Triple G can't hurt him, I don't know who can. I'll be so real. But if he can take the power, not even necessarily have to take it. If he's able to, again, I watched the Spence fight, yeah, and I'm not saying it's going to be similar to. I don't think it's going to be similar. I think there'll be a lot of similarities with the Spence fight. And Spence is one pressing first couple rounds. Spence is a pressure fighter. He was one trying to walk him down, step to him, and he was throwing these big, heavy looking haymakers and whatnot. And if you watch that fight, Flowz, Spence could barely touch this man. It was the most defensively sound and poised I've ever seen Crawford. His glove placement was perfect. He was blocking everything on the gloves, and obviously coming with his vicious, laser-sharp counters. I think there'll be similarities in this fight where Canelo's trying to walk Crawford down, trying to stalk him, and Crawford, when he wants it to be, elite defense will be there helping him to maybe ride some of his punches and whatnot, and he can throw off his counters. So it's not even necessarily he has to take. Obviously, there will be times he gets caught, and I want to see how he reacts when he gets caught. But in general, yeah, if he can take the power, as you said, Bud's a better boxer, better footwork, sharper. I think Canelo's an excellent counterpuncher naturally, but I think Bud's just a bit more sharper. He's more accurate with it. Longer reach. There's a lot of things in his favor. Obviously, apart from the natural 168 size, he's just more skilled than Canelo.
Yeah.
And I think he can pepper Canelo with counter shots. And it's whether he can keep him off him for 12 rounds or keep up for 12 rounds perfectly. That's, again, remains to be seen. But I think just based on just the skill level of Bud and the fact that he does actually have some physical tools in his favor, that's been the, and again, because of the way Bud is and how he is mentality-wise, that has almost made me lean towards Bud more, man. As the fight gets closer and closer, I really think he can do it. I really think he can do it. I'm rooting for him to do it. I really am.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have a horse in this because I'm a big fan of both fighters.
Yeah.
They're both my guys, but if I'm to pick, it's Bud who I really want to get this, man. I really want Bud to win this.
Yeah,
And
I hear that.
I just have a feeling. Me and my feelings, bro. A lot of the time they come true. Sometimes it's wrong. I can hold my hands up, but again, I just had a feeling. I have a feeling, bro. Bud's gonna do it, man. I really do.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I've always said I'm not a fan of the jumping up of weight classes.
Yeah,
that's a lot of size. It's a lot of size. I don't know how Crawford's gonna move. Granted, I don't think Canelo's looks impressive in his recent fights. To be honest, I didn't watch the Skull fight, but because I heard it was boring.
Skull ran, but Canelo didn't really do the best job cutting the ring, to be honest.
Yeah. I didn't watch it, so I usually go off recent performances as well, but I didn't watch that one. But yeah, I just haven't seen Crawford. Yeah, go on.
The hand speed, I think, is gonna be crucial. We already know Crawford's quick, very. You saw what he blistering fast. You see the way he was tagging Spence. He was hitting Spence with punches Spence couldn't see. He's going to bring that hand speed up to 168, I think. And yeah, it's going to be a bit cat and mouse, bro. And we've seen in a lot of Canelo fights where he's getting outboxed. Arguably, you could even say almost pieced up, but he sticks with it. Similar to Tank, he will stalk you, and he will catch you. And then boom, that's what she wrote. Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Clark, case in point, right?
Ahmed Khan as well.
And Khan as well. But Bud's a bit different, man. Bud's a dog. He's a bit different, man. He's different to them those other guys, mentality-wise. So it's a lot more fascinating than I initially thought it was going to be, Flowz, when the fight was announced. And yeah, man, it's exciting. It's a tough one to call, in my opinion.
We'll see for sure. Like we said, look, we have to see what Crawford looks like at 168. We question it at 147, what he looks like. He looks fantastic. It's the truth. Passed that test with flying colours. Now it's a 168 test. He's jumped up 2 weight classes. Will the movement still be the same? Will the conditioning still be the same? I expect so, to be honest, but we don't know. Or I don't know. And I'm trying to think of the last time we've seen someone jump up 2 weight classes and look very, very impressive. Shout out to Conor Benn. I'll give him that.
Conor Benn looked impressive. I think Kell Brook looked impressive up until the point when he got his eye broken.
Yeah.
But he looked strong. He looked good at the weight. He carried the speed with him as well. Against most other super middleweights I've won by Night Flowz, I think Kell Brook does really well. In fact, he did do well against Triple G. He was piecing Triple G up.
Not hard to do, but yeah.
What other ones have you seen in recent years?
Broner done it for Paulie, against Paulie.
Yeah.
But that wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy. He came into it at the end, but at first he was getting pieced up, but not hard to do. It's Broner.
It's not something we see too often.
At all, bro. For a reason.
But then at the same time, we've seen, you might as well say Usyk done it, because the giants he was fighting.
You
might as well say Usyk.
How do you say Usyk did it?
Because he pieced up Furies and AJs who are basically super heavyweights.
Yeah, true.
Who knows, man? If you're good enough, it's doable. And Crawford's good enough. So,
Bro, if it was against any other, let's say Benavidez was fighting at 168 still, and if it was Bud versus Ray, I'd be like, forget it. Benavidez is 6'1", 6'2", already a weight bully at 168 as well. If it was me, but he's fortunate as Canelo. Canelo is actually really small. Canelo's been punched above his weight his entire career. Canelo's tiny, so this is why when they made Mel versus Canelo, we saw the difference in height between the two. We said this looks like a mismatch already, even though it's not. It was Mel that fought Canelo, right?
Yeah, it was Mel. Yeah.
Yeah. Mel. So Mel went up 2. He went up 2 weight classes. Yeah.
Mel went up 2. Mel went up 2.
Mel looked. I mean, Mel is suited for 168 anyways, because the Charlo twins are big.
Yeah.
But crazy.
Yeah. Would you say Crawford beats Caleb Plant at 168? You're gonna have to say that yes. Or if you have to say yes, really. It's interesting.
Stars make fights, though. You know what? It's the last verse. I mean, I can't lie. Current Plant boy. Plant looking scary right now. So
True.
Yeah, the current Plant, 100%. I back Crawford to beat him. I'll be so real.
Yeah, current version of Plant. Yeah, man. Even just talking about it's got me intrigued a bit more. I can't lie.
Well, it's very. Now, let's say Crawford wins. Does he stay at 168? There'll be guys chomping at the bit to fight him? I know Caleb or Billy Joe Saunders might come out of retirement to try and get it. Does he go back? Does he go back to 164? Does he go back down to 160? 154? Does he go to 160? What happens next if Crawford wins?
They run it back.
Yeah, they run it back. Yeah.
Look, Canelo's younger than Crawford. Crawford's 37. Yes. He's trying to cash out. That's the indication for this fight, and that's why I'm too mad at it. He deserves his bread. Win, lose, draw, run it back, get the payday again, and then Crawford can ride into the sunset, man.
Facts. Yeah, I like that, Flowz. Yeah. It's fascinating. End of the day, it's a fascinating, intriguing prospect of a fight. And yeah, man, I really hope Bud can make history. I think it'd be amazing for him in his career, where he's come from. Bro, we know the Bud story is crazy. Obviously, shot in the head, driving himself to hospital. Again, it kind of, earmarks what type of guy he is. Just a stubborn madman. So yeah, man, I'd love to see Bud do this, man. He's deserved it. He deserved all the flowers. And I really want it to put a stamp on the Bud Crawford era, really. So yeah, we'll see. In a fight of this magnitude, Flowz, you want it to be a lovely undercard, but this undercard is so trash. Oh my gosh. You can tell all the money went to the, to the main event and paying those guys, because I don't know if you've seen undercard Flowz, but it is not nice. It is not nice.
Yeah, it's so great.
There's some names. I mean, the names I recognize. Mbili against Lester Martinez. I guess Mbili's trying to put himself in position for the next one up for one of the mandatory title shots. I saw the Bohachuk's also on the undercard against Brandon Adams, a guy who beat him a couple of years ago. So it's a rematch. Jermaine Franklin, good to see him back. I don't know what he's been up to these days, but I see him on the card against a guy called Ivan Daichko. But yeah, folks, it's a very, very weak undercard. So I'll be only tuning for the main event. I can't lie. I don't know. I ain't trying to see anyone else on the undercard. I'll be sorry. None of the fights ginger me at all. But yeah, it'll be worth it for the main event on Netflix as well. Because the more and more, the more it comes, the more I'm like, yeah, this has got me really excited. So we'll see, man. We'll see. The battle for the ages. They're calling it the fight of the century. Yeah. We'll see. So moving on, Flowz. I mentioned in the pod earlier. I mean, before when we kicked off, that there's also another undisputed fight on the weekend. So we're being treated to two. And it's Inoue, I think, making like his sixth undisputed title defense. He's got the super bantamweight titles. That's 122 pounds. And he's facing an ex-unified super bantamweight title holder in Murajon Akhmadaliev, otherwise known as MJ, Uzbeki fighter, a very good Uzbek fighter. Who do you remember when there was almost like a mini tournament, Flowz, where obviously MJ was tipped to be the guy to give Inoue the most trouble, and he had two of the belts. I think Inoue had the other two of the belts, and then MJ fought Tapales, and he lost. I think remember that shock win for Tapales.
Yeah,
and that's when made Tapales fight Inoue for that undisputed fight, which Inoue obviously eventually won with a KO in the 10th round. But MJ was expected to win that fight. He was seen as the next one up to maybe give Inoue some problems. So he's finally got a shot at the guy, this time for all the marbles. It's a good fight on paper, Flo. It's a really good fight. Obviously, since the Tapales loss, MJ's been on a bit of a streak. I think he's won his last two. Or no, he's fought 3 times since he fought Tapales and won all 3 by knockout. So he's been talking. I know previously he talked smoky about how he'd be the one to dethrone it in a way. So this is a really good fight for us on paper, bro. It should be a really, really good fight. Expecting in a way to come away with the W, of course. In probably typical in a way fashion. But I think MJ should be stiff competition for him up until the point when he gets knocked out. Pretty much. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Expecting a brilliant fight, to be honest. Expecting a good fight for as long as it lasts. Again, Inoue's size always. In that week watching him, his size always. Man, this guy's crazy because the power stakes always lie with him, and he's the smaller man, really.
Yeah.
So, so we're interested to watch again. I don't think it'll be easy, but yeah, he might make it look easy.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget as well. Inoue himself is not invincible. We've seen Inoue touch canvas.
Yeah,
I think his last fight he got dropped. No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I know Neri dropped him as well. We see Donaire break his face. Like Inoue gets obviously, as we said before, when you're an offensive fighter, you're going to get touched regardless. So Inoue himself is vulnerable. Obviously, I don't think he shows crazy vulnerabilities, but you can get to him. And MJ has power, as we can see. I mean, MJ's stopped the majority of his opponents as well. So who knows? If he lands flush and Inoue's careless, he might put himself in a really good position. But usually what happens is, Flowz, every time Inoue's got dropped here, the way he comes back with vengeance, gets his get back is crazy. He makes sure he gets you out of there afterwards. So, boy, maybe, anger him at your own peril, MJ. That's all I'd say.
Yeah. And it's once again, for me, it's very much down to that this is Inoue fighting at his fourth weight class. Keep moving up.
Fourth. He started off at light flyweight. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, fair play. He's even operating against these guys, against the top guys in this division. But yeah, good fight.
Yeah, this would be like his seventh or so fight at super bantamweight. To be honest, bro, I think I don't know how long he plans to stay at this weight class, but obviously, I think now that I'm pretty sure Nakatani is now officially moved up. So now that Nakatani is around, I think that's going to be the fight next to super fight. If he wins this, obviously, or fingers crossed he does, we're going to get that Japanese super fight that we've been looking for. Nakatani versus Inoue. 2 knockout monsters, 2 amazing guys in Japan. That should be hopefully in the works for next year as one of the big super fights for next year. So, yeah, let's fingers crossed for Inoue to win. But yeah, as I echo your sentiments, I'm anticipating a really good fight. So yeah. But yeah, Flowz, I think we can wrap that up there. We got the big fights back. It should be really good weekends of boxing. Yeah, man, may the best man win. That's it, really.
Sure.
This has been episode 264 of the SZN Podcast. Once again, your boy Cam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, you know where to find us on the streaming platforms. Peace.
I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.